welcome to...
Wait, I'm not good.
Motherfucking...
This is what I'm talking about, TJ, you fuck!
What a shit show!
Continue up, please.
Can we get a soundboard so whenever moments like that happen, I can just get, like, the whoa-oh from Sins of the Father from Metal Gear Solid? Just to blast it, so people can understand my pain. Alright. Hello, everyone. Welcome to podcast 169. I am your pseudo-host, Wubwave, back from the dead. And with me today is Seawin.
What's up?
Chaos Mana.
Boys.
T-Jin Lee.
Hello.
And let me roll my D20 here. And, Zach rolled a 1, but he's still here.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
So basically, the podcast rolled a 1, and we're still stuck with Zach.
Man, that's shitty.
How many deaths?
You're telling us.
Shut the fuck up.
I know. See what you have to before every league game from now on. You have to roll a d20, and that will decide how well Zach does that game.
I mean, with Zach, there's always a pretty heavy negative modifier too.
Probably like
-4 for just being Zach.
Something like that.
So sorry.
I will give Zach the benefit
what
and
were
say
you
he has
doing?
the negative modifier in dexterity.
Oh, what was I doing for D&D?
How did this start?
So
Why didn't you finish on time?
Because, okay, so here's the thing. They were in a cave, and the DM has set it up so that they would find me, and they didn't take the path the DM wanted them to take. Like, he suggested at it. It's like, there's this other path with, like, mysteries and goodies, maybe. Who knows? And then it's like, they didn't take the path, so...
He freaking puts a spotlight on it. It's like everything's like every time you look at it, it's music's coming out of it.
Basically,
So were you joining the quest late into another team?
Well, they already did character creation without me. I was joining late, but they didn't really do anything else. So they did like one stream where they were like adventuring, going to the town, and I was kidnapped at this town, and I was in a cave, and they found goblins. I was joining, and one of their other people were leaving because they couldn't make the day every day. So someone was goblins too, and I was in a cage.
Okay.
And they took forever to get me out of the cage. But once they did, I was free, and it was great because I've never really roleplayed or D&D'd ever, so it was very very freeing.
What was your character?
I am a rogue noble.
Typical.
And I'm a human. I know I'm very boring, but
you chose a human? What class? Sorry, I had to step away for a moment.
I'm a rogue.
Human rogue? Okay, at least you weren't like a
Why
human
would a
paladin.
noble be a rogue class?
Yeah.
Really seems very
what's
odd
your
to me.
backstory?
My backstory is...
You're a prissy rich person. You're like, you know what? I feel like being a fucking ninja.
No.
Well, no. Wouldn't that be like someone like Batman that
like,
uses his money to make fancy gadgets?
Maybe, or like he plays the Game of Thrones and he has to be sneaky about it to win over power if he wants to be the evil one.
Literally just made your backstory for you, so use that.
No. My backstory is actually I was a child of a nomad people who lived on the plains and was abducted by a cult of magic users. Jesus, words are hard. Who want to further the scientific community, so by any means necessary. So they're basically the magic Nazis. They're Nazis that want to further scientific studies or magic studies. We are Nazis.
And
so they abducted.
Roll D20.
So they abducted me and another person who was in the campaign because we're doing like this thing where our characters share a history. A noble who ran a mercenary company took a liking to me and adopted me, and I was adopted into the family. They had to lie about my existence, or he had to lie to his wife and to the rest of the world, sort of like a Ned Stark kind of thing. Spoilers alert. He said that I was his nephew, and he took me in as his nephew because his sister died from a bandit raid a little while ago while he was out and about, and he discovered he wanted to visit his sister, and he discovered me.
Mhm.
Oh. So you
So-
said spoilers, so I can assume that's been confirmed in the
Yeah,
show?
yeah,
So-
for the show.
Yeah, I already knew of the theory, and so I guess the theory's been confirmed.
Yeah, me and Wubbs. I think me and you talked about that theory for that show in particular.
Probably. Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I know.
I think that's a pretty like well-known theory, at least for a long time. So I mean, it's nothing like earth-shattering, I think, but it's still like thank goodness it's finally fucking confirmed because we all knew it.
What's so cool is it's going to be earth-shattering for the rest of the characters in regards to the Game of Thrones universe.
But they keep saying like somebody wants like Tyrion to be like the third of the group, like the third dragon rider, and I'm like, that's just so fucking obvious. Just I don't want that to happen. Like it's just
Listen,
like
I haven't seen the newest season, so while I don't
that's
care
not a
too
spoiler.
much about spoilers, calm your tits. Like,
Yeah, that's not a spoiler. Like that, nothing's happened in that. That's just another theory.
Zach, I'm looking forward to the day when you come back with all your D&D knowledge because I really want to run a campaign. Because I've been listening to Heroes and Halfwits, Critical Role, and a new D&D podcast called D&D is for Nerds by the Plumbing the Death Star guys. And like, I really want to.
You really want to do this?
I want to do it.
All
I
right.
don't
What
have
do, you,
time.
what do you want to play?
Character-wise,
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Not a mage.
is it too mages are difficult?
Mages are complicated, from what I've heard and from what people have
I
told.
want to be a human, Thane-born barbarian who's also a butler. He's like super smooth, and he's like, "Oh, of course, sir, madam." And then like he's like, "Oh,
So,
let
Walter?
me go take care of this for you." And then snap and just becomes like a psychopath. I was thinking like Valkenheim from fucking Blaze Blue, but
Or Armstrong.
I'd want to have if I could have that Walter style weaponry. That'd be amazing.
I don't think that's in D&D.
I know, but
If you had a very lenient and creative DM, you could probably slice that into being a rogue or some type of like stealth-based class. That's why I chose a rogue, is because I wanted to use a sword and a bow, but there aren't too many classes or any classes at all that are human that can do that. So I chose the rapier and the short bow.
Ranger, I believe.
Yeah, well,
Range can do that. That's more of a crossbow though. Crossbows
Yeah,
are just crossbows are so much better than bows in the game.
That's
so.
one of the reasons I really like Critical Role, is because Matthew Mercer, who is a very talented voice actor, is also a very talented DM and comes
Yeah,
with a bunch of homebrew stuff.
Does he do like a lot of voices and stuff for the
Oh
characters?
yeah, he does.
Oh
Really
yeah,
cool.
all the characters or the people playing when on Critical Role are voice actors, so
Mhm.
they built their own character and they have their own voices, and it's just a brilliant way of storytelling. It's probably
They're all
the
voice
most.
actors?
Yeah, they're all
the-
voice actors.
Like who?
Liam O'Brien, Matthew Mercer, Laura Bailey. I don't know if you played like Tales from the Borderlands, but she's Fiona's voice actress.
Okay.
Travis Willingham, who has like a really gruff voice, and he has done some League of Legends stuff, like he is Azio and some other ones. Matthew Mercer, like I said, who was Levi in the
McCree.
Attack on Titan. Yeah, McCree from Overwatch, Levi from the Attack on Titan dub, bunch of stuff. Liam O'Brien, who has a very distinctive voice acting voice, but his normal voice doesn't sound anything like that, which is kind of weird. But like he has a single voice he voice acts with, but it's not his normal voice.
Okay. This sounds cool.
Yeah.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, Critical Role. It's good.
Mhm.
There are about 50 episodes, and they're like 3 hours each. So
Oh
Yeah.
shit. How do you
Like-
sit down and watch that, man?
You
good
just
podcast
when,
material. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
that's-
I download the episodes and convert them to MP3s, and then listen to them on the train.
Yeah, you don't have to
Okay.
watch anything. I mean, the video, there's an extra like visual flavor if you want to watch it on YouTube. But honestly, it's just great white noise while doing whatever. I mean, I hate to say it, call it white noise, but it's just great storytelling that you can
It's gotta
listen
be
to.
white noise.
Because that is the form of noise in which people describe background noise, Tejan. Why does it have to be any other color of white?
Why can't you just say background noise?
I mean, background noise, because that's how people describe
a
it
bigot.
on a common fuck you and your
Why's it gotta
scripting,
be in
you
the back?
hacker.
Also, I'm just going to cut you off right now. Critical Role also did a podcast with Kind of Funny where they did their own like hour to 2 hour long mini D&D campaign. That was really good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they also played with Vin Diesel for like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
an
the
hour.
Diesel one
hour-long
was
campaign.
interesting.
Apparently he's a huge fan. He's a
Yeah,
huge
from what I
D&D
heard.
guy. It's just so funny to picture that too. Just like now I like I used to like be like really annoyed by Vin Diesel, like all the characters he played. I was just like I just don't care about him. Also, like my wife has a huge crush on him, but
Because he's
What about the Iron
now
Giant?
now that I learned about this information, I'm like, all right, he's kind of cool now. Even though like he's still like awesome in the Fast and Furious movies, but it's like
Uh-huh.
fuck you.
And your wife still has a crush on him.
Oh, huge.
Iron Giant.
Mm-hmm. He is the Iron Giant.
He is.
I love the Iron
He
Giant.
is Groot.
Yeah.
So-
So highly
But-
recommend all of those.
Yeah,
I
agree.
like whenever I play, I like playing as. I mean, I usually end up being the cleric because nobody else will be the cleric, and somebody has to heal you bitches.
Someone
so
has to be support.
somebody has to fucking save the day. So
Yeah.
it's usually me. Also, don't let the cleric die, so I basically never get hurt either, which is awesome.
That's cool.
Heroes never die.
It was funny, like, as a cleric in my last campaign, for some reason, I kept getting the kill shot on, like, all the major bosses. Like, for, like, the first, like, 3 or 4 bosses, I got the kill shot. And they were like, what the fuck? You don't do any damage. You hit him once, you killed him. I'm like, I'm a fucking baller cleric. What do you want from me?
Easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
GG easy.
Mercy
Man,
pistol over here.
Get good, guys. Jesus. Just
Our-
be like,
our-
Full AP Sona over here.
Yeah.
well, like, the DM has to describe how like this lowly little cleric was to just like do like this striking blow with the like I forget my move. It was like a Spear of Radiance or something like that, and it was just like the fucking lowly cleric off in the corner while Darian the ogre wasn't even looking, just shoots in the back of the head with a light spear and gets him right in the back of the temple and just kills him while everybody else is like shooting with arrows in front of him. I'm like, pew, dead.
Well,
Whatever.
it's a good for there's like some battles there would be like, oh, big distraction, and then you can go around to their weak spot.
Well, yeah, I mean, like,
a
but
lucky roll though.
That's
That's
the
the
thing,
big
like,
thing.
there's
His
no-
class isn't made to kill.
you don't really have like weak spots. It's all written into the story, like how you roll. So if you roll a 20, like that's how you hit his weak spot. You can't just say I aim for his weak spot. Like you have to roll for it.
Yeah.
So, or you have to like you can flank
Do a
him.
dexterity check or something.
Or like you can use insight to see if there are any weak spots on the ogre or the cyclops or whatever.
Yeah. So it's like you always have to like just check for that kind of stuff, which is what's great about it. And sometimes
So
like I'm gonna roll to hit him in the eyes, and you roll a 1, and instead you shoot your own foot.
Yeah. Man, I had to roll a persuasion check because an old man was about to go beat up our half orc barbarian, and I was like, "There's no way that's a good idea," because he's kind of drunk and upset. So I roll a 1, and I'm like, the DM's like, "You do have inspiration if you want to re-roll." I'm like, "I'm gonna save this old man. I'm gonna do it." I re-rolled and I got a 17. I'm like, "Fuck yes."
So the old man was surly and mad, or the guy who's about to fight the player was surly and mad?
One of the characters is looking for Gary, and from what I've surmised, it's a wooden horse toy, and he's a barbarian, and he's a half
Where's my
orc
Gary?
barbarian.
Oh yeah,
where's
what races are in the Pathfinder like version you play?
I'm sorry?
He
Well,
plays D&D. He doesn't play Pathfinder.
I know.
No,
I'm just
I
saying to like see because that's the version we probably would end up doing, especially if Kyle's our DM.
I mean, I'm currently using D&D. I'm carrying 5th edition. That's what I'm playing with right now, and I think see when you're playing Pathfinder 2
Yep.
something or another,
What's the
2.2
difference
or
between
some shit.
Pathfinder. I don't
What
know.
is
I think
Pathfinder?
the races are pretty
It's the
much
same.
the same.
It's like the same thing as D&D. Just it doesn't cost as
It's-
much money to use and has a lot of free assets.
Yeah, I mean, we're using websites and stuff because we're online and stuff. So I'm not, and then I think the DM has a handbook or whatever. But the difference is like the most I can compare it to is what Seawin said to me is D&D is Dota as to Pathfinder is League of Legends.
I don't remember ever saying that, but sure.
You did say that to me. You said,
Sounds like a good quote. I mean,
yeah,
Sure.
it sounds like
I'll
something you
take
would
it
say.
though. I'll take it though. I don't remember
Yeah.
saying it, but I'll take it.
The one thing I really like about the idea of D&D is the homebrew stuff. Well, it's like, yeah, you can use pre-built modules and stories and races and whatever, but then you can have someone who's like understands the rules enough that they can just make up their own thing. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, you want to play a whatever? All right, here's the stats for it. Like, you know.
Yeah, but you got to actually understand it enough, and I think most of us probably aren't at that point where we
Right.
understand.
But
Yeah.
there are people online who do, and they You can look up all kinds of homebrew stuff online where the numbers have been fiddled with to make it balanced and all that.
Freaking Mike is making a database for character generation, right?
Yeah, he
Like
keeps
that little
saying
project.
that. I don't.
It's he's made some progress, but
He's
it'll never be
claimed
done.
that he's working on it. Yes.
Gotcha. I just like I like bringing it up because he's in chat, so I want to fuck with him. So that's always good to do. Gotta fuck with Mike when you can. But yeah. So it was an interesting night. I saved an old man because he basically his wife was standing up, took a wooden wheel that we found, and Grog thought it was a part of Gary. It was not a part of Gary. So he, like, before the old lady could sit down, he pulled the chair out from under her. And the old man was her husband, so he wanted to duke it out fisticuff-like. And I'm like, nah, dog. He's 8 foot, half-orc barbarian. And he's extremely upset because his whole mission in life is to find Gary, and he hasn't found Gary. So let's not do this. Roll the 1. I'm like, fuck.
I want to
Reroll,
see like a visual representation of a rolled 1 persuasion. Just that's like you trying and just zacking it up as you like just can't words, and then everyone cringes.
Yeah,
I mean,
you roll a 1 and just vomit on yourself.
that's
Pretty
basically
much.
what. Yeah, and then my DM was like, "Yo, you have an inspiration you can reroll." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna do that because
You
one of the
open your
skills I
mouth,
have."
close it, think a bit.
Yeah, it's basically. It worked out. It worked out. So that was
So
cool.
besides D&D, has anyone been playing any new games this week?
I have.
Yeah, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Fire Emblem Conquest.
Wow.
You got that one?
I'm on. Yeah, I got it recently because I said I would, and I wanted to play it and see how difficult it was. And right off the bat, it said I could have gone from easy, normal, or like lunatic. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do normal, and then I'm gonna do classic.
Explain what classic is for those that don't know.
Once you lose a unit, you can't get them back.
It's like XCOM-y. Or like
Yeah.
Yes, very, very much like
Very
XCOM-ish.
XCOM.
Except unlike XCOM, you can't just hire a new unit.
They're just dead.
They're just
Yeah.
fucking dead.
Yep. And you
So
get less units.
Sewan, how's your current campaign going in that?
It's hard, man. It's hard.
I think I'm on like chapter 9 or 10 right now.
I got up to chapter 20, and I don't even want to tell Zach what's coming because it's very painful.
Yeah, I might.
I can't. It's so hard.
Has any of your characters died?
No, because I restart the level every time they do.
Not save
I'm
over
screwed.
4 of them dying.
Correct.
I did that
I
on-
don't. What'd you do, Wubs?
I was gonna say I do that on XCOM. Like I felt bad whenever I did it, but at the same time, fuck that. Like
Well,
On
that's-
XCOM, it's more forgiving because, like I said,
Yeah,
you
but
can
I
just
mean,
hire
like-
a new unit.
yeah, but when you hire a new unit, they're like a rookie. When you have like a captain who's like an elite sniper and they like walk around the corner and get gunned down, you're like, well, I'm restarting that checkpoint. Like
I agree, Kyle. I do think Zach will give up, which is what
No.
Kyle just said in the chat.
So
I'm
Zach
not.
does have the hard version like you.
I've beaten
Yes.
3. I've beaten 3 Fire Emblems, all on classic normal. Okay, I'm totally prepared
No, you're
for
not.
the. I'm not. I'm prepared as much as I can be, I suppose.
It's hard.
It's even the intro levels where they're teaching you stuff. I'm like, I'm trying my best not to make any mistakes. I'm having everyone paired up, and I'm like, okay. So
That was
like,
my big mistake, because I tried to avoid pairing people up early because I wanted to get as much experience for everyone as possible. And when you pair people up, you don't get anywhere near as much experience
Yeah.
for both people.
And you can't go back and get more like farm for experience.
No, there's no
No.
way to go back and farm more experience in our version.
Oh, that'd be worse. Because I'd want to go unprepared, and that would be the more difficult is to just be like, okay, I guess I'm stuck with all my decisions.
By the way, also, if you have Android, you can totally get Pokemon Go. I already captured 3 Pokemon.
fuck you.
What? Okay.
did we talk about it on the podcast
Okay.
at all? About
Earlier-
some of the memes that were coming out of that? Which were pretty
Not
funny?
yet, but
Oh.
earlier today, they announced early this morning. I woke up and looked at Twitter, and everybody had fucking Pokemon Go, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna look it up immediately. And I went on the Android app, or not the Apple App Store, and I'm like, looking for 'em. I'm literally typing in Pokemon Go, and I'm like, I'm getting nothing.
That's your problem.
I found it almost immediately through Android.
Shush.
Yeah.
Shush.
It looks like Apple is fucking you over again.
Listen, that's not the point, because I was told earlier that it was available all day by somebody who had Apple. So, suck it.
They had an Apple.
It was just my fucking phone, apparently, because I'm like looking around. I'm even looking up in Google. It's like, oh, it's not appearing in the stores yet. Like both, it said Android and Apple stores. I'm like, okay, that's it. And then I see more people I know who have it, and then another person tells me he has it in Atlanta. Fucking commenter in the Twitch chat that I've never met before. Tells me, texts me, sends me the link, and I now have it.
Apparently there's an Eevee by me, so I'm going to be walking outside around shortly. Gonna find an Eevee.
You're going to dish us?
What do you think's going to be in in RTX for Pokemon Go? Like, I wonder what Pokemon are going to be in the convention center.
Does everyone see the same Pokemon?
I don't think so.
So it's
it does seem like where I started though, it is starter Pokemon. So I think they might put like earlier level Pokemon wherever you geolocation is to start off, to make you like go places. I also saw there's like a gym like a few blocks away from me, but I can't go there until I'm level 5.
What level are you now?
2.
Okay.
I captured 2 Pokemon other than the starter, and that made me level 2.
So how does the actual capture work? Is it like
you just
Safari
throw a
Zone?
You throw a Pokeball at the Pokemon.
Okay.
So just walk around catch.
They don't explain it very well.
There's no strategy whatsoever.
Is there any like bait or rocks you can throw?
I didn't even have to battle the first 2 Pokemon I caught, so I'm kind of confused on if you have to battle any of the Pokemon you find in the wild.
Well, I would have assumed it would have been like the Safari Zone where you can use those like items to make it like have a higher chance of fleeing but a better catch rate.
I just threw a regular Pokeball at it. You do kind of have to aim it. Like I didn't realize what was happening. Like you got to flick.
You have to like flick and aim it at him.
Yeah. Like I just tried tapping on the Pokemon and it did nothing. I'm like, what the fuck? So I did that like 5 times. I tried holding it, didn't do anything, and then like in my frustration, I accidentally flicked it on the Pokemon. I'm like, oh. All right. wish that would have been explicitly said.
I wonder where the legendaries are going to be.
Somewhere cool, probably.
So
like actual like location.
You have to actually go to Hawaii, go to one of the volcanoes to find Moltres.
Oh, that'd be cool. Gotta go Antarctica.
I don't want to fucking style them. God damn it, they're making me go. I want to fucking capture Pokemon, and they're making me dress the guy.
Listen, you can just hit OK through that.
No, because he looks stupid.
Exactly, Tejan.
Pokemon aren't going to show up if you aren't wearing the latest styles.
It's true.
Like, they have standards here.
Some fuzzy visor. That doesn't make any sense. Do I want to be a blonde bimbo, redhead? I'll be a redhead.
Did you make yourself a girl?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you said you're a blonde bimbo, so I assumed you were making yourself a girl.
Well,
that could be a man.
Yeah, why can't a guy be
Never heard a guy be called a bimbo before.
It's all the time, dude.
Liar.
He does it all the time.
Tejan's his own random person. I don't...
he's not...
Is there a definition for bimbo?
There's a fucking Pokemon nearby.
The actual definition of bimbo describes a woman.
Well, that's whoever invented that is sexist. I want the Squirtle.
What?
Yes, camera on. I want the Squirtle. I'm gonna get the Squirtle. I wish I could record this.
Do you choose your starting Pokemon, or is it based on location?
No, you can choose.
Squirtle. Stop dodging me, Squirtle!
Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charizard all show up right next to you. You just gotta click on the one you want to catch.
Who chooses Charmander to start?
I do.
I don't know.
I do, because I love Charmander. Go fuck yourself.
Charmander.
Okay, cool. I finally have it. This is awesome. All right. What do you guys want to talk about now?
Oh, I was just gonna mention like some of the games I was playing. I've been having a lot of fun with Bethesda games that aren't Fallout and Skyrim. Or
really?
The Elder Scrolls. Yeah, like Dishonored, and I guess by proxy, id games like the new Wolfenstein games are really good. because you was talking about Nazis earlier, and that reminded me of that, and I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, I can tell you all interested. So you all went out yet?
No, I couldn't hear what you said because it started to kind of grumble a bit.
Well, he's talking about the new Wolfenstein game, right?
Yeah.
Newish, I guess.
New Wish? No, it was well, the ones I've been playing were New Order, Old Blood, and what's the other one that you said?
Was it the 20? No, hold on. Are you talking about the most recent one that they released in like 2014, 2015?
Yeah, that was
there was New Order, and then was there an expansion pack or what?
Yeah,
No, that was the Old Blood was the new one. Newer one.
Newer one.
Yeah.
I thought
Finished
Old Blood
New
was
Order.
like an expansion pack too.
No, it's a standalone game. It's a prequel.
really?
But yeah, it's a standalone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fun. Fighting magic Nazis is neat.
All
Go
the
to,
Nazis.
You go
That's
to
what
a
Nazis need. They need more magic.
you go to a secret Jewish Atlantis, and you head to Nazi moon base.
What?
And it was cool. Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like it's been spoiled.
So, Flubs,
Well,
if you're heading to Moonbase, would you need some sort of TSA to get there?
That's an interesting segue, but
Segway!
so the
I
reason
just
I was
wanted
on
to-
podcast is I work for the government now, for the most
Yeah.
hated government institution.
I mean, I feel like the IRS is the most hated.
I don't know. I wonder if there's a poll.
Depends on who's president at the time, too.
Really? You think
Depends.
so?
But you
Yeah.
know, it's fine.
People fucking hate the president, whoever he is. Or she.
Huh.
Whoever.
Whatever. Mm-hmm.
That will ruin
Yeah.
the long line of being able to just say Mr. President.
Poll. Travelers dislike TSA as much as IRS from USA Today.
What does the
Wow.
chat? What does the chat think? Who's
Yeah.
the least favorite government institution,
Straw poll it.
and why
Do
is
you-
it USA?
Do you hate TSA more or less than the IRS?
I mean, we don't take anything from you, so
The TSA feels more inconvenient.
Oh yeah, well, they were still like blaming you for that one incident, right?
oh yeah, there's that thing that happened in was it Nebraska or something. Deaf
Yeah.
lady was tackled by local airport police, and they're like, TSA tackled this woman. It's like, well, they shouldn't. Like, we're not supposed to tackle anyone, and we do have law enforcement officers at every checkpoint. That's their job is to tackle
It
people.
was
that
like a
attack-
19-year-old girl. Not exactly a woman, but, well, kind of.
Well, yeah, whatever. That's not the point.
See, this is why you can't bring this thing up to Wubbs, is because he's been drinking the Kool-Aid for a long period of time, Jason.
Yeah.
So when you bring some logic and some reason into the argument, but he's like, no, I love the TSA.
Listen, I've had no problems with the TSA.
Hey,
It
I'm
has
also,
been
I'm
pretty
also a white
smooth.
male that follows all the rules, but
yeah, you just gotta follow the rules. Like seriously.
You gotta follow
There
the
was
rules
still,
of being white
oh
and
yeah,
male.
you
Come
have
on.
had some grumpy people lately.
hold on. I gotta ask
ahead.
Wubbs these questions because he's been driving me insane.
What?
Can you just bring deodorant and toothpaste and shower fucking shampoo and all this shit through TSA now without a problem?
No.
Well,
You can
and
bring
that's what's been
deodorant,
happening for like
yeah.
the last 2 years.
What?
Fucking Kyle and Mike both for the last 2 years. Every time we've gone to fucking RTX, have both been able to bring whatever the fuck they want for like the bathroom shit. And I'm like, I don't know. I gotta go find those fucking travel size shit. And they pull out their regular size toothpaste and all this other shit. Nothing.
They shouldn't.
Kyle even got his bag searched because of his because he had his Wii U in there.
You?
Yeah, because he had the Wii U in there.
Yeah, they
so
they
had to
hate
check
game
out all
systems.
the electronics. So they had to check out all the
That's
electronics. But and so they even saw the shit that he wasn't supposed to have, and they didn't care.
Well, I mean, that depends on your airport. You know,
It was through O'Hare and through Austin.
Yeah,
Both.
well, technically they're supposed to have the same regulations, but the TSA branch in that particular airport is a little lax.
yeah, basically. Federal guidelines say nothing over 3.4 ounces if it's liquid, gels, or aerosols. But it is up to the discretion of the agent who finds it, I suppose. So like, fuck it, whatever. They shouldn't. They really shouldn't.
You're like getting on the phone to call the.
Yeah. That's what the guy was yelling at me a couple days ago for. How they'll bring this through whatever airport. Why do you guys have to do this? I'm like, because that's what federal guidelines say, and I'm following the federal guidelines. If that's up to the other person at fucking Nebraska airport that you can bring a thing of toothpaste through, then that's their problem. Yell at them. They're not following the rules. Follow the fucking rules. Also, if you take the bag off the X-ray, and like, whose bag is this? I'm like, oh, it's the water in there. Why the fuck did you bring water into the thing? And you knew it. Anyway, I'm venting.
Probably because they don't fucking know if it counts anymore. Because other people get away with this shit for no reason.
Listen, I can't speak for the other people who are lax and lazy.
Listen, you now represent all the TSA, so any problem I have is going to go straight to you.
Give me the number to O'Hare Airport.
He's keeping America safe. He's the best one at his job. He's going to be fucking management someday. He's going to be fucking running this shit. He's going to be president of the TSA, and he's going to change all these rules due to your complaints. So
actually,
you know what?
who leads... Like, quick side note, who officially leads the TSA branch of the government?
Mr. President.
No, not that. Like
yeah, if you want to go like all the way up the hierarchy, it's the president, and then it's the Secretary of Homeland Security.
Oh, Homeland.
And then I believe it's the Federal Security Director of the TSA, and then there's local Federal Security Directors, and then just like trickles down from there.
So it's travel safety something? Is that what it is? Say?
Oh.
Travel security?
Transportation Security Administration?
Transportation. Okay, that's what it is. I almost had it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the $1 million iPad app that randomly switches arrows left and right for lines yet?
What?
You guys didn't hear about that? That was a while ago.
What
where
is
the
this?
TSA supposedly paid like several $100,000 or like $1 million for someone to build an app to randomly have an arrow point left or right.
Where would this arrow be? What are you talking about?
At the front of like security lines to direct people to different security lines randomly.
It's funny you say that because as I was leaving Austin from RTX 2016 #, so I was in the line for a long time. It wasn't like a terrible long time. It was just moving slow, though it didn't seem like there was a lot of people running it. It was early in the morning. So I'm probably like maybe 15, 20 people away from the security line, the security box thingy, and I'm about to go through, and then there's like, okay, we're gonna move all you people all the way down the hall to the other one, and we're like, why? It's like this is going decently smoothly, so everybody just suddenly picks up and runs. So I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta go because the lady's literally staring me down and telling me to go. So I go over, and then I get stuck in another fucking long line. I'm like, I was almost through that fucking line, and now I'm in a longer line over here, and it was like, I don't know why. I assume there was a reason. I'm not going to bitch because like 18 other people were bitching. It's just going to get through. And that was it.
Yeah, don't bring your fucking liquids over 3.4 ounces. Well, we're fighting Nebraska. Let me take it. I don't care. You're going to stop the line somewhere. That's probably why the line stops. Someone had a giant fucking thing of water in there, and it's like, oh, let me through this airport. It's like, well, this one's not going to let you.
I didn't take a picture, but this is actually when I was leaving Philadelphia, and there was a recycling bin, and literally there was a mountain of bottles around this thing. They were coming out at the top of the trash can and all around the ground, and the ground was piling up. I should have taken a picture of this thing.
We kind of have that at Denver, too, where we have like bins under the belts full of water bottles, and you would think people would get the idea, I shouldn't bring that through. Like, oh, there's a bunch of water bottles in these trash bins outside the security checkpoint. After they won't find this one on the X-ray, and then they fucking stops everything because you decided to bring your water through.
And they're all full too.
When you pull it out and you're like, "Whose bag is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's probably that water that's in there." And it's like, "Why'd you bring it?"
To be fair, nobody wants to pay $6 for a water bottle when they get through the line.
Just empty it out.
You're kind of forced to do that.
Take the empty plastic bottle through.
Oh yeah, wait. And or just bring it frozen, right?
Yeah, you can freeze it. It's liquid.
What?
Ice is
if
solid.
it's in a solid state, they can't. That you can bring it through.
Technically, you like look at the line and they're like, "Sir," and I'm like,
"What if it's
so it can't be
melted?
dangerous if it can be frozen? Is that the logic? What?
Because they have to specify liquids in the rules. If it's a solid, it doesn't count.
There is a reason for that. Liquid explosives do not freeze at temperature that water does. It's much higher.
That's
Okay, that does make sense.
So unless you're tossing your fucking water bottle in a jar of liquid nitrogen and being like, oh, it's ice. Like,
I want to Google this, but at the same time, I don't want to be put on a list.
What temperature does? Well, I know like TNT is a liquid when heated, and that's why it can mold into
the nitroglycerin. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, liquid TNT is not going to be a thing that you see unless they're like bringing it through in a fucking electrical kiln. But
No, I want to Google like explosives or poisons that can be frozen. But like I said, I don't want to be put on a list, so I'm not going to do that.
Wait till you go to work tomorrow and then look it up from that computer. You're totally safe.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. I think I just want me to be fired from work.
Program
Find
a
another
bot
job, maybe.
to look it up for. No.
yeah, takes a bottle of liquid that you are desperately tied to, and you can't go without for 2 fucking minutes. Freeze it, and then put it outside of your bag, because if you keep it in your bag, they're going to be like, that looks liquid on the x-ray. And they pull it out like, oh, it's ice, and you just wasted everyone's time. Get out your fucking bag, put it in a bin, and run it
It's
through.
also difficult to have it, like,
liquid.
even if it's a clever, I guess, way to get around it, it's still a lot of trouble to bring a frozen bottle through.
Well, just
Yeah, but you
use
might
a
just
drink
want to prove
fountain.
a point. Some people go that far to prove a point.
You know what point they're proving?
They're
That the
fucking
public
idiots.
is dumb.
So, see, do you think you're already jaded with this
I'm
stuff?
absolutely already jaded.
Like, you went out all bright-eyed, you're like, I'm going to be the best TSA agent ever.
No, I'm
Everyone's
still gonna
gonna
be
love
the
it. I'm
best
going to be
TSA.
friendly. And then suddenly you're like, fuck these people.
No, I'm still friendly.
Scum.
Like the dude that was yelling at me, like literally like yelling. He's like, why do you guys do this in Nebraska? You let me bring it through. You guys are, do you have to do a pat down on me? It's like, so you alarmed the explosive trace detection machine. Yes. Like, blah, blah, and like, and I'm like, all right, if you're just going to interrupt me, I'm just going to
Sir,
restart my advisement.
You're slobbering the saliva. It looks like more than 0.3 ounces of saliva coming out of your mouth. You're going to have to bring it through again. Please
Seems
respond.
like it's about 3.4
If you could-
ounces over.
If you could go to the trash bin over there and deposit some of your saliva and then come back through, that would be great. Thank you, sir.
How many people
Yeah.
have you felt up, Wubs?
What was yesterday was 7.
And then what about while at work?
Well, it's like.
Well, you said you started
everybody.
you started before the
Yeah.
podcast saying the quote like you felt up someone that was disabled or something like that.
Yeah, I did my first pat down on a disabled person with, I believe it was some sort of cerebral palsy, because they like couldn't move at all, and it was an interesting experience. But again,
Now
we got them quick.
It's all
and
like,
everyone got
it's all 1 out of 10, right? It's like it's kind of just like every 10th or 20th or whatever person, just like, all right, random inspection, right?
no.
Unless something shows up on the thing and then you have to wipe him down.
I'm sure he wouldn't be able to tell us either way.
Well, yeah, exactly true.
Okay,
but,
that's fair.
You're like,
yeah,
Unless
come on,
you're-
That's
DJ,
fair.
Fuck.
unless you
Oh,
alarm
oh,
something, you're not
oh.
going to get a full pat down out of the blue.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
So you're telling me if I want to be touched, I need to.
Yeah, if you want to be touched, roll around in some fireworks, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah. Spray.
Well,
make sure to
don't-
hold something
Well,
metal in your
you
pocket.
Wait,
can say
wait
I don't
for
want to
it.
go in that like radial scanner thing, right?
Pointless. Sure.
Yes, you can opt out of the body scanner if
Do you
you
have a
want.
lot
It's gonna
of people
feel
do
you
that?
up.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. Anyone who's like, oh, that thing has microwaves
Oh yeah.
and radiation. I don't want that on my body, right? And you're like, that's an interesting point of view. Sure. The radiation from a body scanner is less than a cell phone, so just everyone knows that. And after the body scanner and the TFA checkpoint, you're getting on a plane where you'll be receiving about twice the amount of background radiation you do on the ground. So it's really a mute fucking point to opt out of the body scanner if you're concerned about radiation.
Yeah, it's not an X-ray machine. It's just a
No.
scanner.
Oh, and it's also
people
not a
were-
metal detection machine. So if you get in the scanner with chapstick in your pocket, and you're like, oh, I have this in my pocket, chapstick, fuck you. Like, you're like, oh, but I
I've
have
been
my
a
paper
chapstick
boarding
guy.
pass. Yeah. I have my paper boarding pass in my pocket. There's no way it could pick that up. Unless that was like the specific
Well-
point of the
well,
fucking
people-
machine.
People just take it out and hold it in their hands above their head.
That's the smart thing. Yes.
Yeah, that's.
I
what
always
we
throw
always
that
do.
with my wallet and everything.
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
I
anything
do.
I don't want to put in a bin, or I usually am just holding the ticket in my hands at the very least, because it's like this
Yeah.
big bulky paper.
Don't put anything in your pockets. No paper, chapstick, tissues. The machine will see that. It's not a metal detector. It sees
Oh,
everything
I
else.
remember I once had some like I accidentally left some like candy or something in my back pocket, and I was like, oh, oops.
How naked
Just
are
get
we
the
on
butt
that
cut.
machine?
Not at all.
Not at all.
The old machine.
Yeah, a lot of people are like,
No, I'm telling you, the
Wow.
old machine. What?
Safe place, you can tell us.
Oh yeah, I'm saying the old machines used to have an operator that would view the actual images. They would look like a sonogram. But the new machines are computer programs. So and they have like millions of people and algorithms. So as you walk through the machine, it scans you and it goes, all right, this looks like a human. And then there's something in the pocket and they're like, all right, that doesn't look human. And then it will just say on a little screen, this person has something in the back pocket.
Oh,
don't
Mike
see
got
any-
stopped because he was wearing a hat when he went.
Yeah,
through.
it will sometimes.
Idiot.
Mike, you're a dumbass.
He had to have his hat taken off, and then the guy had to pat the back of his head to make sure there wasn't
What?
anything on his head or something. I've never seen that before.
And then they checked his butt.
Just patting him on the head, not
Yes,
a pat down. I just like the
Isn't Mike's
image.
hair really short?
yes.
Yeah, his hair is
Yeah.
super short.
That's stupid. Don't
You can hide a lot of cocaine in short hair.
listen.
I
You're not-
thought it was like
again,
checking
one
like
of
a
those
metal
things
plate
I
or
can't
something.
speak-
I wasn't sure.
Again,
It's
I can't
just-
speak
it's
for
just
every
dangerous.
TFA agent in the world, but that's fucking stupid. Don't. They shouldn't be doing
So
that. Like,
if someone
why?
had a hat on and you couldn't, or you could tell that there was nothing there, you don't have to touch them.
You can visually clear certain things. Like if you're wearing a short sleeve shirt and you have like a bracelet on,
Hmm.
and it's like, hey, there's an alarm on the vest. You can just be like, that's a bracelet. Like,
Yeah, like I wear a ring, and they say that's fine.
yeah, exactly. Again, it's up to the discretion of the TSA agent. If they want to touch Mike's head, go for it. Don't argue it. If you
He's
argue
got nice hair.
Yeah, there you go.
He,
Or
yeah,
just,
he
like,
does have
fill it
nice
out.
hair.
Oh, what is that? Is that moose? Oh, it's good. Yeah. I'm sure Zach gets
Also,
that all the
go
time.
through the machine. Also, another one. Don't go through the machine sweaty. All right. Take a moment.
All right,
to
let me stop
dry off.
sweating real quick.
No, I mean like really
Just
sweaty.
suck it back
Like,
in. Suck it back in.
like your back is coated in sweat.
Have you have you had to touch people that are like
Feel
super exhausted?
They're like, oh, it looks like there's something on your back, and they turn around and it's just like, like
Gross.
wet,
Dank
and you're like
memes.
thick.
Well, how
Yeah,
is
pat
someone
this
supposed to
down.
control that?
Just dry off before you go to the machine.
With what?
Like bring a fucking towel with you through the security line? Like,
Just stand there for a bit. Like,
I mean, I assume normally it's overweight people that have this issue.
I'm not. When I say it's sweaty, I don't mean like, oh, I'm kind of.
I know what you're talking about.
sweaty.
It's like
Like,
they
I'm
just
talking
worked like
like-
a 10-hour day outside.
Like they
roofing.
were laying down on a barbecue, and you're like, how do you exclude that much fluid by just standing in a line? I don't
Some
understand.
people have a serious amount of talent.
I guess
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Maybe
I-
they were that worried that you'd find something.
This is travel advisory segment of the fucking podcast. Nothing in your fucking pockets. They're like, oh, I had my plastic ID, and you're like, great, now I get to touch your butt because you decided to put your plastic ID in the back of your pocket, you dummy.
What if that was a way to like a equivalent of a pickup line? Like they's like, oh, looks like you'll have to search my
It's
pocket.
a condom. Yeah, a condom in the back of his
Oh
pocket.
no, what's this condom doing? I don't know.
Did I tell the story that one of the female TSOs told us when, like, in the break room when we were talking about like the AIT? Where
Oh,
dude
no.
walked
You
up
told
and-
us privately,
Yeah, I don't
but
think
you
I
didn't
put it on
tell
the
us
podcast.
publicly, so please do.
Yeah, we have two operators for the AIT machine, one male, one female. So when people put fucking shit in their pockets, male or female, and they need to get patted down, we have someone there. As this guy walked up, she's like, all right, stand on the thing, arms above the head. Sir, if you can take that out of your pocket, please. And he's like, I don't have anything in my pocket. And she's like, "Dude, swim." And she's like, oh, like, just, yeah. He really liked the idea of the body scanner, I guess. And yeah, I picked it up, and it had to be patted down by the male officer.
Wait. Hold on. I picked up his boner? What?
Yeah,
Is that like a good? Is that like a point of pride? Like you're so big that you get picked up on the scanner.
So like it didn't look like a normal bulge to the computer, so it was like.
Well, computer
human,
measures.
human.
Yeah, computer scans. You know, the default setting for male is flaccid, not.
So they don't have like Ron Jeremy algorithmed into this fucking computer or some shit.
No, apparently not.
He was erect though.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
the thing.
gosh.
That's different.
Listen, I'm sure Ron Jeremy flaccid looks like some guy's erect.
That's fair enough.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So nothing in your fucking pockets.
Don't
Chill
be
out
thinking of
for a
it.
moment,
Just clear your mind of all thoughts.
Cool down for both sweat and other.
If you need to
Don't
go to the
put
bathroom
all
for
the
a
water
little bit.
in your bag. Don't put large electronics in the bag. I don't care that it's a laptop or a DVD player. You can't see that shit through X-ray.
Mhm.
I'm so dead when I go through security lines. I can't imagine someone possibly, like even when I space out, I'm still like dead going through those security lines. Like I just have no emotion whatsoever.
Good. I want everyone to just be dead on the end. Like if we could just like spray a fine mist of like sedatives.
Don't give a fuck a roll, you know.
And I'll like smile and say thank you when it's all over.
No,
And then just, like,
what's the
wrap them
Pokemon
to,
stuff you spray so that you don't get encounters?
Repel.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And just like strap them to dollies and then move them through security, and like that would be great.
Yeah, it's like,
Listen, if I could just lay down on a conveyor belt and
If you
it
could
just slay with your checked baggage. Just get on the conveyor belt after it.
Oh, yeah,
you
here's
ju-
another
you
thing.
just-
Don't put your cats and dogs through the X-ray. Okay?
the fuck.
What?
Yes.
Excuse me?
Happened like
Do
a
we
week
counter
ago.
this?
How do they
Yeah.
do the cats and dogs just go through the regular machine with everyone else, or they have to have like a special thing?
Pull the cat out. Hold it, cat or dog. Hold it in your hands. Walk through the walk-through metal detector. They'll test your hands for explosives to make sure like the cat's not like I don't know a bomb. But
Yeah.
and then
The dog is a bomb.
same with babies.
You
Don't
would
put
cut
babies
open a
in the
cat or
So-
dog.
So does anything happen through that like the luggage scanner? That's dangerous.
X-rays.
You mean the X-ray?
Yeah.
Okay, that's straight up X-ray. I
Yeah,
didn't know that part.
Yeah, they come out fine, but you know,
It is an
Can't really
X-ray.
radiation poisoning later down in life. But I'm sure they're okay. Yeah, I saw a dog on an X-ray like a week ago with like, because the X-ray operator she like squealed a bit, and I like looked, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, one of my
Like-
coworkers like, that's a dog, and I'm like, oh no.
Is it
like-
like a little like chihuahua, like that's in somebody's purse or something?
Like squealed
Yeah,
as
it was
in
like a-
horror, or squealed as in like oh.
No,
Probably
it's
horror.
like, what the fuck? Like,
Because you
That's
see
a
the
skeleton.
teeth,
That's a
the
tiny
animal
skeleton.
corpse or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, looks weird.
There's
Yeah,
a dead
don't
animal.
put your babies through the X-ray either. All right.
Don't do that. Gotcha.
Has that ever happened?
They
Please
are
tell me
kept-
this
has
never
happened.
happened.
They are
It
kept-
has happened.
That is terrifying.
That's why I'm like, the traveling public is stupid. Like,
Somebody has to set the precedent. Somebody has to. It's like any sign you've ever seen. Somebody had to have done that.
I'm just confused, Wubs, because I feel like you've worked in customer service before, so you got a general gist of how stupid
here's the
the
difference.
general public
The
is.
customer service I was in before was one-on-one, right?
Yeah.
And like, it's the quote: "People are not. A person is smart, and you can relate to them, and they're intelligent, and they're rational. People in a group are the dumbest. Like a neural network where you link more together and it becomes smarter. Humans are the opposite of that. The more people in a room, like IQ points just crash to the floor.
Yeah, that's probably true. All of the videos that we've recorded of
When
us
we're together, we're very like dumbasses. All of us.
Exactly.
We're like
Especially-
podcasts and stuff like that. Absolutely.
Speaking of you guys together and travel, y'all
Mhm.
went to go do something fun.
Nice
Yeah.
segue.
And you weren't told you could come.
I could have gone. And then on the last day when everyone was coming back, my supervisor came to me and was like, aren't you on
Oh.
leave? And I was like, I put in for that like a month ago, and no one said I was.
How
But,
furious were you?
Not really, actually. I was just like, the first tattoo I'm going to get is from the quote from Kill la Kill by Raggio, La vie est drôle. Life is
Yeah.
funny.
Life is funny. Yeah,
Well, I
I
mean,
love
like-
that.
You're owed comp time now. Like you were promised days off and you didn't get them. So at
Well,
least-
no,
Yeah, does that
time
mean,
off.
does that actually have taken away from time off that you would have gotten, or is it like reset?
No, it's time off without pay is what I put in for because it was when I first started.
Mhm.
I do have hours that I can get paid for with time off.
That's like normal
But-
vacation.
Yeah, that's like a whole thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. But anyway, you guys went to Austin.
I actually got your badge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, I have your badge in
Yeah.
my possession.
You did dirty things to it.
Oh yes.
Oh,
So
Uh,
did
sure.
those actually go to use at least?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got it to Tejan so that he didn't have to go through the line because
yeah.
apparently the lines themselves were a little bit less efficient this time.
When it comes
It's-
to in regards to registration.
It's
Well,
weird
I'm
that
glad
that was
they
like
mentioned
downgraded.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I only went for 1 day. These guys got 3 days out of it. But
Oh yeah.
I had a fucking blast my 1 day I was there. So
Yeah, it was loads of fun. In particular, we have some shenanigans that are going to be going down because Jacob, McLovett's friend, recorded us beating each other up with pillows here and there.
oh, you have footage for shenanigans?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I missed it. What'd you guys do Sunday night?
I instigated
I'll
a
send you
lot
some
of
links.
pillow destroying.
My favorite
Yeah.
one was the Kyle Michael assemble.
Oh yeah, Zach was starting some shit. Laying down
Bullshit,
in the bed, trying to start some shit, claiming, "Oh, I just set this pillow down next to you.
Not
I hit you in the face with this pillow for no reason." So I screamed Kyle and Mike assemble, and they both immediately got up, and we all started beating Zach in the face with the
That
pillow.
was
Yep.
that was amazing. Just the response time.
Was Zach's shirt on or off?
It was on, luckily.
Okay.
So yeah, we destroyed him.
My first impression of Zach with that Friday night was like he just like walked in, he had a good time somewhere else, and he came out, and then he like had his like open button shirt, and he was just like,
Yeah.
"Hey, what's up, guys?" I'm like, "What the fuck, Zach?"
Yeah, he looked real white trash right then.
When was this?
Friday and Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Zach, didn't you say at 1OTX someone compared you to Dio? Like,
Yeah.
from all these stories that I'm hearing, they're not far off. Like, you just strike poses with your shirt open. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Basically.
He was loving it. He was loving it.
Yeah. You know, I'm my own little character. I think the only regrettable thing is Jacob filmed it like vertically instead of horizontally.
Oh, son of a
monster.
bitch! What
That
a
Well,
monster.
it was a cell phone. Like, quick, get out the phone. We need.
It
need you.
doesn't matter. You always film horizontally.
never fucking film vertical. You're a
Oh,
scrub.
fucking, and put like in the sides of the fucking vertical video whenever you make this fucking retard, this fucking or like something like this asshole made us do this.
Yep.
Now, I heard there was another slap bet. initially.
Yeah, there is a slap
Yes,
bet.
there's been a slap bet to be made.
Okay, so what is the
that
new
was fine.
slap bet?
The new slap bet is Mike needs to get down to 160 pounds by
Oh,
next
boy.
Next
RTX,
RTX.
and stay at 100 or at 160 pounds by next RTX, or Ray slaps in the face.
And if he does, he gets to slap Ray in the face?
I mean, that's how slap bets work.
Yeah.
That's how slap bets
Which
work.
way?
I was telling
Chaos
Ray
is
she needs a
life, right?
surrogate. Of some sort.
Yes, it's also
Oh.
one of those
You
situations.
can agree to it and then back out.
It's also
That's
it's
not how
one,
slap bets work.
it's one of those situations where it's definitely doable. Just like him
Listen,
getting
she
to
can
goal
take-
was
she's a big
doable.
girl. I
But is
believe
it Mike doable?
Also, there's absolutely no way Mike's getting to 160 pounds and staying there.
You
No,
really
I don't wanna
think?
call-
How much
call
does
Mike
he have to
out.
lose?
Yeah.
He's got to lose at least 30. I think
That's
that's
not hard. He can do it. I believe in him.
He's lazy.
I think I also because no one this time ate anything hot or sour or terrible or anything
Yeah,
else.
it didn't
correct?
happen.
I had fucking really hot fucking sausage at Bangers the last night.
Yeah, that was.
that doesn't count. But
Why does
I'm
that not
talking
count?
like
It
because,
doesn't
like,
count
wasn't
because
behind
it was
Michael.
it was food spicy. It wasn't chemically induced spicy.
But you guys need to do the same thing every year. Why do you guys need to do the spicy thing, the
That's-
eating
that's
thing
the-
every year?
That's what was my segue.
Mhm.
I heard you slap bet. I want to get in shape, right? Next RTX, if I don't lose 20 pounds, tased.
Hey,
Who-
are you gonna
Hey.
But
fucking
nobody
take
has a taser.
I
a
put,
taser?
well, I'll bring it. Yeah, I'll bring it.
What happens if you
Okay.
do 20 pounds though?
I'm
I
throwing
don't
up the
know.
flag.
I'll tase
We're not-
myself anyway. And
We're
Victor.
not. We're not fucking tasing you. Pick
Okay.
something else. I'm throwing up a
Listen,
flag
content.
there. We're not doing this.
No, I like the tasing idea.
We're
Yeah,
not
exactly.
tasing anyone.
20
This
pounds,
is
you
not
say?
Tejan, tase me right now.
No.
Do it.
I'm raising the flag. Nobody's fucking tasing anyone. Because we have to take him to the hospital. Because somebody
Whoops.
tasered his nuts. Like,
Whoops.
I don't
Zach, you
want
wanna-
to
you wanna
I don't
take
want
the
to
bet?
hold his
Like,
hand as he's crying.
I'll take that bet.
Listen,
If I
I
lose the 20
spent
pounds, I
I
take
spent a
you
lot
and
of
I take
time
my
with these
decision.
people in a hotel room. I don't trust anyone will not.
We'll have Jason tase us.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Well, no. Okay, so if Zach, you're taking the bet. Does that mean you get
I'm taking
tased
the
if he
bet.
gets to
I'm
20
taking the
pounds?
bet.
Wait, don't
Alright,
you
so
have
that-
the do you have that like I heard like a training taser was like 1/5 the real taser?
No. We're not doing
Can't
that.
we just
None of
do
that
like a
bitch.
bowling ball to the nuts or something? Like, come on.
That would
What?
be
That's
way
not
worse.
like actual damage. That's no.
I'd rather
Taser's
just
just
get
like ow.
tased in the
Fuck.
arm.
You're wearing a cup.
No.
No.
Listen,
Nobody's
Zach,
getting
I'm
fucking
glad you take-
tased.
Me or Zach? Listen, what am I at right now?
I don't even know.
I'm
I'm gonna
static,
break out the
so.
scale. We're gonna find
Yeah.
out. I'm gonna be horrified at how much I actually weigh, or pleasantly
I'm, like,
surprised.
In all honesty, I think I'm like 240 something right now. So if I
don't
drop
know.
down to 220 something, 220, I'll just put it at that. 220. If I'm that, if I'm not, zap me.
Yeah. Well, so basically, it's whoever can lose 20 pounds, and if
How
we
about who
both
loses
don't
the
lose
most
20
weight?
pounds, so it's whoever can move.
loses the most.
And the cap will be 20 pounds.
Let's say that's the minimum. Everybody has to get to 20, or you both get tased. And
Okay.
Ooh.
whoever has the most. So if you both lose, you both get tased. But after 20 pounds, whoever has lost the most.
My heart's racing thinking about this. I'm actually kind of excited and
Yeah.
extremely terrified at the same
I
time.
kind of want to just get tased anyway.
So it's a
Well,
win-win for you.
I'm thinking this
Listen.
is getting to a fetish of yours at
We're
this
doing-
point, and I'm a little
That's
hesitant about
why
it
he's
now.
been joining the TSA the whole time, just so we could get near a
Guys,
taser.
you don't need to be tased. You don't need to be tased, Mr. Wave, to
Yes.
be in the TSA. But I want to be.
Listen, bro, I can take it.
I volunteer for the safety demonstration.
Tase me, bro. Tase me, bro.
Also,
No,
that's
I'm
another
still-
complaint I
I'm
have.
still
Whenever-
saying nobody's getting fucking tased.
you can't command me.
I don't want this to happen.
It's gonna happen.
Pick something else. Pepper
Let's,
spray in the face.
Tejan, close.
What? Pepper spray?
Pepper spray, like, is sure the
That's
tasing
worse.
itself does do those barb things, but
No,
I
no,
think
that's
pepper
a stun, that's. I did say taser. I mean stun gun. Like
All right,
I don't
there
want
we
paramedic
go.
pulling.
Yeah,
There
I
we
don't
go.
want paramedic
Stun
pulling.
gun,
fucking
that's much
bugs
better.
out of me. Yeah, okay,
yeah,
I get-
taser like is the actual like we
yeah,
might need safety things, but a stun gun,
Yeah.
the little zap zap.
Yep, I was
Fine.
thinking stun gun.
Mm.
So.
We
it was
also
just
have
a-
mouth
it was
guards.
different approach.
So I don't want to bite down on my tongue by accident.
Just shove a wallet in your mouth. You're fine.
Listen, if you bit down your tongue, it might be better for everyone.
No.
There's a greater good going on here that you can ignore.
Yeah, I'm glad that the bet is taken. So yeah, stun gun, not taser. That was poor
Yeah,
choice
stun
of
gun.
words.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
It-
start.
I don't want a
Yes,
paramedic
it's
pulling
guys
Barbara.
in like the bowel. How about that? You poop your pants.
What?
That sounds good. Is that the bet?
What?
A gentleman's agreement then.
Look, I would rather get stun gunned than poop myself. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I would
exactly.
rather get stun gunned than a lot of things.
I'm gonna say
Set
your stun is
tasers to stun.
probably release your bowels.
Listen, when you're old and you're 80, what are you gonna think back on? The fact that you pooped yourself once, or the fact that you were tased once?
Because
Probably
when you're
both.
80,
When you're old,
you've already pooped
yeah.
yourself a lot.
Exactly. When you're old, it's already happened.
Yeah, You're
So,
doing it. You're doing it as you're thinking about it.
Exactly. We're making memories.
So every
Oh,
single
that
time
was
you
just-
poop yourself, you're gonna feel that spot where you got tased, and you're gonna look at that scar and you're gonna say, "Good times."
You know how like traumatic events stick in your memory really good? Like if you really
Oh,
want to
yeah.
remember something, just be like, all right, I'm thinking about it now, and tase me now. Like,
Mhm.
do you think that would work?
It's like every fucking League of Legends games I play with Zach.
That's every day. in high
It's
school.
haunting me.
If anyone was going
I
to
know.
be the third
Just
body,
have a stun gun near you, so if you have a negative thoughts, you just like Zach does one thing, and then you just hear just from
Just
his
threaten
mic.
the entire weekend. with-
so Wubs and
So there are
Uh,
two slap bets going on right now, or
well-
there's a stun bet and a slap bet.
yeah.
So
I think
let's
buttons
go.
are more fun, but I guess if we're gonna do the stun gun thing, I guess you're doing it.
Are we doing the minimum 20 pounds thing?
I like
Yeah.
that idea that he brought
Yeah.
up. If neither of them do 20 pounds, then they both get stunned. Otherwise, the person
Yeah.
who lost the most.
I don't know my exact weight at this moment, but it's like 240 something. So I'll say if I dump it down
Maybe we should do
20 flat,
percentage.
Yeah,
Oh,
percentage because
That's a
Wub's
little
losing 20
tougher.
pounds is different than Zach
well,
losing
you
20
do the
pounds.
20 pounds and then you do a percentage. How is it tougher?
Well, because they weigh different weights.
Right.
They're
That's why.
not the
That's why
same.
you do the. That's
That's
why
why
you do the
you do
percentage.
the percentage, not the amount.
That's why you do
BMI?
percentage.
Yeah, BMI.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah,
we'll have
I'll
to, we have to get like measurement tools and shit like that.
We'll-
I say
we'll
it's
figure it
just-
out.
BMI is harder than
Total
percentage lost.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll have
percentage loss. Okay.
we'll have a math session after
That's-
this podcast.
okay,
But both
yeah.
Ray and Kyle have offered to tase us or tase
What
Wub.
about 10% lost by default? So like, right? Yeah, 10%. As
Is
like
immediate
if you don't
victory?
lose 10. Yeah, no, like 10%.
No, 10% is the default. Instead of 20
Is the
pounds
20.
being the default,
Yeah.
you do 10%.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I mean, yeah, I'd like to see how much I weigh and what that all equates to. So
No,
yeah,
because
300 pounds.
we need
I
a
don't know.
we need a concrete number. I think
350.
20 pounds is good, and it's a good healthy start. And then beyond that,
Well, 10% makes sense to me because especially since Webb said he was already 240, so that's 24 pounds for
that's
Webb.
24 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that makes sense. That
Yeah,
makes sense to
alright.
me. I mean, yeah. I think it's a good. We hash it out later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
We'll update the rules throughout the year. We'll let you
Yeah.
people know.
And I'm
we'll
slapback
check- and
commissioner
we'll check
for Mike and I'm slapback commissioner for Mike and Ray.
I'd also
So,
like to
all
commit,
official commissioning for that goes through me.
Stun
If anyone
gun.
else wants to be a stun gun commissioner for the other one,
I honestly, I trust Jason or
Who has-
Sewan the most because
Ooh.
I know he won't fuck it up at the
I've
very
never
least.
been a stun gun commissioner before. I'm very excited.
This is like a highly.
So, Cass, are you okay with the fact that Mike might end up slapping your wife in the face?
Yeah, that's
See,
what I'm fucking
the
That is good.
playoff here is can he put any force behind said slap?
Yeah.
Even if he does, I think like if it does happen,
Will he? I don't know, but should he? Yes, absolutely.
Listen, Ray is a small woman. She might die.
Listen,
Yeah.
Mike is a weak man.
that's underestimating
Listen,
her.
well, she's
Actually,
training to go skiing. Like,
Mike just said she'll like it.
all right.
Yeah, Cass, that might be another side effect that you might not be prepared for.
I'm gonna
That she
Jason
might like
strength it.
Listen,
Yeah,
all this
exactly.
can do is bring you two closer together as a couple.
If you want to have equal rights with women, this should
Oh
be
my
this should
God.
be okay.
no,
This is
that's
totally
not how that
acceptable.
works.
This is exactly how it works.
I told Ray just to do 100 practice laps a day. Just get that motion down.
Oh,
Freaking
she practices slapping. What is she gonna slap? Like a punching bag with Mike's face on it?
I mean, she could just do it. Like you see like old samurai movies where they do like the sword thing straight down and then they stop. Like she just does that, but with her arm, just goes whoosha.
She just like slap and like a flower petal floats by and just gets cut in half, but she like stops right in front of Mike's face and it's like,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay, so remember in How I Met Your Mother with the slap bet?
No.
So there was a slap bet going between Barney and Marshall, but there's a countdown clock that Marshall creates as a website. So it's literally a clock down to the time that he's going to slap
No,
Barney.
that the first thanks slap or slap
Slapsgiving? Yeah. So I think I'm going to make that until RTX, and I'm just going to send it out every now. I'm going to tweet it out to people and just say like, yeah. Just going to say it's
Gun
coming.
too?
It will be the same countdown for all of you, all 5 of you.
Wonderful.
Isn't it 4 of them? Why would there be
Well,
5?
Well,
you're
you're
the
the-
commissioner.
You're the commissioner. You're included.
Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying.
You're very important.
That's true.
Very important.
That's true.
Yes,
I'm
very
gonna, need,
important.
I'm gonna need you to write like a little like official rules list and like a little diatribe, and we'll post it as like a scripture on the website.
Do you
All right, I
think
can do that.
Mike could actually like? Mike's equal rights, obviously. I'm assuming, unless he's like openly not, as far as I know. But like, I couldn't slap a lady in the
He's
face
not-
as
he's
hard
not gonna-
as he went
Listen,
slapped
if
Mike.
he doesn't go for it,
Okay.
I'm gonna be a little disappointed. To be quite honest.
I'm just saying.
It
might be
depends
like-
on the-
I
it's-
see Ray get hit,
see-
but I think she agreed to it knowing she could get hit.
See,
Yeah.
the issue is it depends on the
We're definitely not
person,
recording.
not necessarily the
Oh,
gender.
we're
it's like
recording.
Oh yeah,
we're
we
not
know.
recording that.
Listen, you saw the slap I gave Mike. I think it should be similar to that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
All
don't
it,
know.
all
Like,
it did is leave a red mark in his face, and it hurt him, and it stung him for a bit. It's not. He's not gonna.
doing the same countdown thing, like 1, 2.
I mean, he can. It's all up to him. We keep assuming Mike is gonna win. I don't know why, but
listen, you
Yeah,
hope for the best.
you're all playing around. Mike just coming to RTX, just fit like buff. Just
Yeah,
kinda
he's gonna be
walking
But he's
in.
gonna be 161.
that's really
He's
what I hope.
She's gonna do it on purpose.
I want him to be. I want him to be so close that he can taste it, but still fails in where he
I
slaps
think-
him.
You know, you just
God,
have
you're
to, like,
such a
sit in
sadist,
sauna for a
Jason.
bit.
I-
160.1. Like you just see
I
the
just
number
enjoy
click
comedy.
up.
I just enjoy comedy, and that's
You know what?
comical.
I know. This is what I believe will happen. It's going to be down to the day. He's going to be 159. He's like, I can't go through it. I can't go through with it. He's going to eat a bunch of fucking ice cream on barbecue. He's going to get up to 169. But his metabolism is so strong at this point. He's like struggling the entire day just to gain 1 fucking pound. So like that'll be like the Saturday, and he's like trying to do it all day. But he's
He's
like, I'm
down a whole
sweating
bunch
so
of
much.
laxatives.
It's also 110 degrees out, so he's sweating like nonsense. So it's going to be like that's going to be like his journey of that day.
No, wait,
And then
he-
it's gonna go into Sunday. He's gonna be 160.1, and he's gonna yes, and then he's gonna get slapped so hard in the face. It's gonna be beautiful.
No, 160.1. So he gets so desperate, he starts taking off clothing just to stay under the amount.
No, he wants to be. Oh yeah, he wants to be over the amount because he doesn't want to slap her because he's a gentleman.
Ray's saying she doesn't want to slap him. That is so untrue. Mike has the most slappable face of all time.
And you're calling him a cutie? She doesn't want to smack him because he's a cutie.
I don't understand.
No, it's gonna happen.
You guys don't understand the process of slap bets. You gotta want to fucking slap that person in the face. Otherwise,
looking-
that's not gonna be good.
Listen,
you don't
slap
want
bets
to.
are just so
Have you and
violent.
Kyle
Like,
ever
it's
made
so much
one?
better just use electricity. Like,
No, Kyle wouldn't dare.
No.
Because Jason would win.
Actually, we did make one, but it was so stupid, and Kyle failed so miserably. I literally couldn't bring myself to hit him because he's so fucking dumb.
No, because he's so fucking
Wow.
cute.
Even that protects Kyle.
I couldn't.
Well,
I was-
are you able to say
Was
what
it-
it was?
Yeah,
Was it
I mean,
your mom joke?
No, the slap bet.
Wow.
Well, he got so drunk, and then I forgot how it came to this point, but he like wouldn't shut up, and then he was saying something like he wouldn't talk to me the entire next day.
Oh, that one.
He did this while he was fucking plastered, and I'm just like, there's no way you're gonna go the entire day without talking to me. There's absolutely no way that's gonna happen. And his brother was there, and he was just like, yeah, I don't think that's gonna. And he's like, fine, I'll do a slap bet. And he was so obnoxious because he was so drunk that I fucking took it. Because at that point in time, I just wanted to hit him in the face. That I took that slap bet, and then I set up this whole ruse where I had to go to class, but I wanted to be like, okay, I'm gonna open up Audacity. I'm gonna have my mic next to his desk, and I'm gonna be recording. So that way, if he even when I'm not there, if I catch him talking on the recording, I'd be like, boom, you talk to me, and then fucking slap him in the face. I had this entire deviant plan created. What happens? I come back from class, walk in the door. He looks at me, goes, "Hi, Jason." I was like, "You motherfucker! You dumb piece of shit! I just set up this entire I was so angry. I was so angry. I was
You didn't want to win that easily.
Exactly. It was like, it's not even worth hitting you. I was just so fucking dumb. 'Cause I knew he completely forgot about it because he was drunk. Oh, it didn't matter. But yes,
but RTX was fun.
RTX was very fun.
Yeah.
So
A lot of cool panels, a lot of cool things.
Panel,
Met and hang out with a lot of my friends I met from Genghis Khan and other places.
Mhm.
That reminds me, is GangsCon going on again this year?
They're doing Tacticon September, and
Is that not the same as Genghis Khan?
it's run by the same person. It's just a different name.
Interesting. Why'd they change the name? Too much
I have no
bulging?
idea.
What?
Well,
I have no
Genghis Khan
idea.
was in like January, and like Tacticon.
Yeah, it was like February, and Tacticon's in September or something like that.
How many people were at Genghis Khan?
Maybe
A
a few hundred.
It was a smaller one, but it was still really fun.
Yeah, it was cool. I met a lot of interesting people. Learned a lot about different board games, and got to bond and hang out with a lot of different people.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, among other things. Yeah.
Yeah,
Got some bonding going on?
Yeah.
That's what kids call it these days?
bonding.
Share a hospital trip with someone. Yeah.
Yeah. Regret that for the rest of my life, but yeah.
Maybe next time when you actually come to Denver, you'll like see Denver, not Aurora.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe near Tacticon I might just go as and hang out with you, Wubs.
Yeah, come to Denver.
Man, he likes to just throw himself at people and just like, I'm just gonna hang out with you. I'm just gonna
Listen,
go.
I'm down for it.
Listen,
I work not on full time. I never hang out with anyone.
I mean,
Bum.
what does being full time have to do with it? I don't understand.
don't
I'm
have
full
time.
time and I hang out with people. What do you mean?
Yeah, but I also have a 3-hour commute each day.
You a 3-hour commute?
Yeah.
Why did you sign up for that job? That is hell.
Pays a
Holy
lot.
shit. That's 3 hours one way or both hour and a half one way?
Both way. So hour and a half each way.
Okay. That's not as bad. I used to have an hour.
Oh,
commute.
like you were thinking like 6 hours.
I thought you had
No.
to drive 3 hours to the airport. I was like, holy
No.
shit.
Still.
No, an hour and a half isn't quite as bad. It is still pretty bad. I did
Well, I
that
mean,
for about
like-
a year, and I moved because I hated it so much.
Yeah, I'm going to move closer to my place of work. So
Well, you could always do the move to around here because that would still cut your commute beyond half, like 55%.
You would need a
for
car.
what, Atlanta?
Yeah.
You would need a car if he moved
I
into
can't-
Woodstock. You would need a car.
I can't transfer for another year. So until then, I'm gonna get closer to the airport.
Just live in there.
I wish I could.
Live in the TSA office.
Maybe
Why
not.
aren't there living quarters? That would make sense, right?
It would be cool, but no.
You just sleep at the desk when it's time. When it's the morning, you just
Sleep on the X-ray belt.
You sleep on the baggage claim. You're just the people walk down to find you just kind of rotating slowly along the.
Have you seen like those they look like coffins where like the large oversized bags come through, like on the wall, like it just
Yeah.
like a slight 45-degree angle, just lay in there and fall asleep. That'd be great. But there's a public Wi-Fi, but I like my computer and my home Wi-Fi internet a lot. So
Yeah. Makes sense.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, that'd be nice to live a little closer to my place of work and hopefully get part-time hours once my training's over. That would be nice.
Also, where the hell is Tejan? Because it's getting close to wrap up, and he is.
Yeah. His internet's been cutting out, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, his internet's been cutting out.
Yeah.
Do we miss anything important?
I mean, with our in-person podcast, we covered a lot of RTX, so that's why I kind of focused on stuff that we didn't cover on our podcast, like this.
And the freaking Pokemon Go just now coming out, and I'm trying to update my phone so it'll take it. Never mind.
All right, so we are going to go ahead and wrap up. Thank you guys so much for joining us in chat, and for everybody who joined us on call. If you can check us out at the forum thread via Twitter or at TFT Productions on YouTube, you can go there for a lot of our videos. You'll be seeing some changes here and there. There'll be an announcement either this week or next week. You can go ahead and check us out on Facebook as well as iTunes, the Forum Thread Podcast.
Also, I have one thing I want to pitch just for anyone that's listening to the live stream, and I guess anyone in the future. If you know anyone who's good at doing character concept sketches and would like to make a few extra bucks, I am looking for a commission to do some characters for a thing. So, if you know any artists that can do some sketches and turn ideas into images and wants to make a few extra dollars, have them contact me at webwave@twitter.com or whatever that thing is. Yeah.
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 Boy, guys.